want to welcome everyone back to another episode of Camille Podcast. I am Q and this is
Snuggles.
So today we got some interesting topics that we're going to go over today. Some questions. As y'all know, we come with some juicy questions. But before we get into that, I want to make sure all you ladies go out there and get y'all Camille apparel, your shirts, and your eyelashes. Today she's wearing He's Mine Tonight. So sexy. So make sure you ladies go out there and get y'all Camille lashes. We do have the Seduce Me, which is the #1 seller. He's Mine Tonight. She's wearing that right now. And Camille Zaddy. So we about to kick off these questions. And Snuggles came up with this question. So we're going to let her kick this one off.
Okay. So ladies, what would you do if a woman came to you and told you that she was pregnant by your man, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever? Someone came to you and told you that she was pregnant by your man. What would you do? And for the fellas, we're going to switch it up. What if a guy came to you and told you that your woman was pregnant, but it wasn't yours? Don't look at me.
It might be some furniture being moved.
So I'll go first. I'll answer what I would do. It's actually hard to say what you would do, but I've been in this situation before twice. It wasn't easy. Obviously, the relationships didn't last because not only did you go out and cheat, you made a whole nother baby. You made a whole human. So I would have to be done with him, and that'll just be it. I mean, I'm not even sticking around to see if the baby is his or not. We don't even need to do a paternity test or nothing. At this point, we don't need to know, because all I know is you cheated with her, you slipped up, and you didn't protect yourself. You put my life in danger. And at this point, I don't even care if the baby is yours or not. If you slept with her, it's a chance, so I'm gone.
Well, this happened to me in my younger years. When I was out wilding, got someone pregnant in the midst of me having another kid on the way. Just say it was, she ain't take it too well. You know, she was trying to move a lot of furniture that day.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, but I mean, you know, that's like one of the Mary J. Blige's songs. You know what I'm saying? I think that that there can sometimes be the most dagger to end a relationship and never going back.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if the only thing that's harder is for the man though, because he has to wait till the baby is finished cooking and being delivered to figure out if he can get that DNA test done. So there's another way they can do it. What is it called? When the lady can get it done before she's pregnant, she can stick the needle through.
Oh, it's about the amniocentesis. It's a test. They usually do this test on women that's pregnant. I think that's 30 and up. It's a test. Every woman don't have to have the test, by the way, but it's a test basically to make sure that the baby is don't have anything wrong with it. Basically, it's like a test where they stick a long needle in your stomach and then they pull out the fluids, and they're able to test the fluids. It's not like a common way to get a DNA test, but in the midst of you finding out if your baby is fully healthy, they also like I guess it's sort of like they get the mom and the dad genes tested as well or something like that, or they can figure it. They got some way of figuring out if the child belongs to the guy or not. But it's not like a way that you just go in and say, oh, I need that type of DNA test because I slept with 2 men and I need to know. It's more so safety measures for just making sure your baby is not born with Down syndrome.
If he was born together like me, you're going to have to wait them 9 months.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait.
You were born like me, you're going to have to wait them 9 months. You just going to be sitting there trying to calculate.
That's what I want to say. Ladies, I don't care how many Monday to 24. Listen,
and I do remember watching Murray on an episode where the lady was pregnant with twins. Oh. And they was one child father, and the other one was the other's child father. So she had 2 kids.
I heard of that. That is so weird to me.
Yeah, and that, and that happens, and it does happen. I always wonder though, when a test comes back and it says 98.2% or 99.6%, I always wonder what that other 1% is. Is it possible that it could be that kid can have a whole nother 1%?
1% chance?
Yeah, a 1% chance.
You will believe that the kid is yours for 1%.
Say you got 99%.
And he 99.9%. The other guys.
99.9%. You got that 0.1% that somebody else DNA is in there with it.
So if we had a child and we tested this child. And let's say with Johnny, the test results came back 99.9. But with you, it came back 1%. I mean, with you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not. So I don't think it's not gonna come back. That makes no sense, honey. Because if the guy is not the daddy, what if it's gonna come back 0? It's gonna be a 0%.
What if the test comes back 95%? What other 5% it?
No, that's just numbers. It's just I guess that's just listen. I'm telling you, if the child, if we do a DNA test and I know, and this child is absolutely not yours, your chances of, your likelihood of paternity is going to be 0%. It ain't going to be 1%.
Not necessarily, because if that woman may have had 2 people of that same day, and if the fluid so happened to
then it's both of y'all babies then. Just take care of it. You shouldn't have slept with a woman that slept with 2 people in one day.
How would a man know?
Y'all know.
No, we don't.
You shouldn't just hit and quit. No, don't just go over her house, knock on the door, and leave when you're done.
Boy, women are funny.
Stick around. But anyways, all jokes aside, with that situation, I would be gone. I have been gone.
This is Shirley. Barbara.
Shirley, you can have him. Goodbye. Nice life. He gonna do the same thing to you, and it ain't gonna work out. I promise you.
Oh man, this is too funny. So, do you think you can date either outside your race, or could you date someone that have different beliefs in a different religion than you?
Outside my race, I would be open to it. It ain't something that I just think about like, ooh, I want to date.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
Nope. Okay. I never dated outside my race. Far as religion go, yes. I've dated. My last relationship was a different religion. For those that don't know, I'm a Christian. He wasn't, and it was very difficult. We bumped heads on a lot of things. Different beliefs, if I say this, he say that. It was just so confused. But, to me, I think that the relationship really didn't last because I believed in what I believed in and he believed in what he believed in. He was so strong-minded in what he believed in. We were unequally yoked. We wasn't compatible for each other.
So you don't think it was so much his beliefs that really broke up the relationship? Or are you saying his beliefs mainly is the reason why the relationship broke off?
I think so because I'm not saying that someone has to absolutely believe in everything I believe in, my beliefs, but that's ideal. I would love for someone to be on board with what I believe in, because let's just say we have kids. I'm not finna argue up and down with how I'm raising my kids. I raised the other 2 as Christians. I'm not about to argue with you because I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you meet someone that's equally yoked, you wouldn't have that problem as far as religion go, because y'all gonna be on the same page anyway. You ain't gotta worry about, we're going to, let's say, what do they call it? The
mosque.
The mosque, or the place where Jehovah's Witnesses go.
Oh, the Kingdom Hall.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hall. Let's just say today, we ain't gotta argue about if you taking him to the Kingdom Hall or if I'm taking him to my church. And some Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't step foot in a church. And so it's like, I ain't got time to be arguing about something like that, because I believe in what I believe in. And a lot of people say that Christianity is like a made up religion, or we were forced to believe in this and this and that. I believe in what I believe in. So nothing can change my mind about who and what and who I serve. So I think that it's important that he and I are on the same page so that we won't have to have this problem. And not just about the kids, but just in life in general, you know? That's the reason why I stopped eating pork, because of my ex. He didn't eat pork. He didn't want pork in the house. He didn't want pork in the buggy. And because I loved him and cared about him, I'm like, okay, well, let me adjust to it, you know? And I can't tell you the last time I had pork. So I guess I got something good out of the relationship.
Well, I'm with him, though. No pork. No pork needed.
Yeah, I don't eat pork now. It's been years. I can't even tell you the last time I had it.
Well, you know, I am not a Christian. She is a Christian. I do believe in a higher power, however. I just don't identify myself with any religion group.
And I think
I'm
that's
a very spiritual person.
what works with us.
I just believe in a God, and I just leave all the secondary characters where they at.
Yeah, bottom line.
I have had different relationships with different religions. That was never the issue. I will allow anyone to believe what they want. Hell, if you're an atheist, you hit your finger and they say, "Oh my God," and then you just wondering like, what happened, you know? So, but one thing about me is that she can invite me to a church and I will go. You can invite me to a mosque, I will go. I will go to any religion.
I mean, it's
that
the
you
same
invite
thing
me
with
to,
me.
because for one, I don't want to be closed-minded, because it's a lot of people that pray to different things and they get what they pray for. And so you can't say their religion don't work and they get what they pray for, they get their healing. You know, everybody have their own right to believe what they want to believe. Mm-hmm. So for me, when it comes to religion, I don't care.
When it comes to religion, it's really a touchy subject, and I just try to leave well enough alone. I know what I believe in, I know who I serve, and I leave it at that.
I think it's three things that people try to always avoid when they're having conversations. It's religion, it's race, and politics. Those are the three things that people try to stay away when they're in conversations, because it can make the conversation go left, and then everybody can depart and never speak again.
Right.
So like you have to, I think it's very important for people to have an open mind, because the more that the internet and more of technology that it is in today's world, you are now being exposed to other religions, other cultures. Mm-hmm. These are things that's been going on for centuries. For centuries. So, and you know, people call the United States the new land. So anything that's across seas has been going on for centuries, and now they're coming over to the United States. And so now you're being exposed to different religions and cultures. I have dated outside my race. I only dated two. I dated African American women, and I also dated Hispanic Latinas. That's pretty much it. So I really, I ain't never really stepped outside them two. So I guess you could say I stepped outside my race.
You did step outside your race, because you were not a Latino.
Well, that's another.
So you stepped outside of your race.
But
the three things that you gotta, if you want to start a fight with me, you don't. If you don't want to start a fight with me, don't speak on my religion, my kids, and my money, and we good. Next.
It don't matter. I'm taking all your money anyway.
We'll see.
Money in the bag.
We shall see.
But so the next question is, what's one thing you cannot live without? Some people can't live without their phones. Some people can't live without their TV. And of course, it's certain things people can't live without. So like, what's something that you can't live without? If somebody was to take something from you right now, what would you be unable to live without? Minus human beings. Of course, people would say kids, but so let's say minus family members leaving the earth.
There's nothing that you could take from me that I would drop dead. I can't live without it at this very moment. I'm not into material things to that sort where I feel like, oh, if you take this away from me, I'm out of here. But obviously the basics like my phone and the TV and, lights and gas and, the basics in our household. If you take my phone away from me, I won't die, but I'm gonna be upset because that's my entertainment, you know.
Well, that's the whole world's entertainment. Everything is literally in the phone. I know people used to talk about like chips getting inserted. You don't even need it because your phone tells everything: your location, what you looking up, where you about to go, what you was thinking in the kitchen, speaking out loud, and your phone recorded. So when you go onto like your social media or Google, it pops up. Where can I get this mustard? And you like, I ain't even asked that question yet. But it's just a matter that has already pre-recorded what has been spoken about in the background.
So I don't know. I can't answer.
Well, I can tell you one thing I can't live without.
What is it?
Electricity. I couldn't do it. For one,
You don't think you can live without
I
electricity?
can't live without electricity.
We should try that for a day.
I can't live without electricity.
We should.
The hardest thing about living without electricity, even like places that don't have it, when they finally get it, it's hard for them to adapt to not having it again, because you are now talking about things that can like keep things cool, keep things hot, give you light.
Do you remember we had that blackout?
Oh yeah, back in 2000. It was 2001 when the blackout happened across the whole northeast states, from Michigan to New York.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the year.
I think it was 01.
I think you.
I think it was 01.
I think you are right, because I remember being pregnant with Justin, and I had him the last day of the year in 2001.
If y'all can remember, look it up, and y'all give us the date when the actual blackout happened in Michigan. I'm talking about
it happened more than Michigan.
I know, I'm saying like those
okay.
those people that remember it, or if you was in the northeast states, like New York didn't have it, New Jersey didn't have it, Pennsylvania didn't have it, Michigan.
I know what else you can't live without.
Indiana, what? Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Nice little hot rag. Yeah. So that'd be very hard to live without. But if y'all could just picture what is being said there, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think electricity. If it was to lose all, water you can still get whether it's day and night. Mm-hmm. You know, it'd probably be harder because you won't have the pipes coming actually. If the water was to completely stop through the pipes, you'll still be able to get water. You will have to filter that water now by heating, and on the boil. But electricity, I find that's one of the hardest things to live without.
Come on, give us a history lesson.
Well, y'all know. I know.
Take us to school.
I was just saying. What's this next question we got? Okay. Our next question is, would you rather live 120 years that you are comfortable but boring? So you're having a very comfortable life, but it's a boring 120 years. Or would you live half as long, but have a exciting, adventurous life packed full of adventures? Would you want to live 120 of a boring life, comfortable? Or would you want to be lit for 60 years, have everything that you need and want? What would you rather have?
Well, I mean, for one, I wouldn't want to go at 60 because that's way too young. What? 60? I better start planning my funeral now. But anyway, if I was 120, I wanted to make sure I'm in good health. I don't want to be walking around here with a boo-boo bag on my leg.
Well, I mean, you probably would. You'd probably have a good life because, the question says 120 years you're living comfortable, but your life is boring.
I can deal with boring. I just can't deal with being 120 and losing my mind and not knowing my own children and being sick and all that. It's a difference in being bored, like living a boring 120. But 120, I don't see it being boring because you got a lot of life that you have. Excuse me, that's my opinion. I said I cannot see it.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's not what the question is. If from the day you born to the day you 120 and leave.
What's boring to you may not be boring to me. I can sit around in the house. This quarantine stuff that we're doing right now, I love it. I love it. I don't like the fact that people are sick, dying. We got to wear masks and gloves just to go to the grocery store. I love being able to wake up, stay home, eat, clean up, chill, watch TV, all that. I love it. So what's boring to you may not be boring to me. So I would pick 120 and boring. I don't want to be 60 and lit.
I'm going to question 2. Now, the only part that I would probably switch out, I do want that longevity though. 120 years compared to 60. They say if you reach the lucky number 70, you have lived a real good life.
But the
life
was intended to be eternal. We was never eternal. We was never supposed to die. Mm-hmm. So I can't say if I make it to 60 or 70, I've lived a good life.
Well, true.
We supposed to be 120, and that's young.
Hey, a lot of people live a long time. Years ago.
A lot of them make it to 120 though.
But I'll probably be lit.
So you would take the 60 and lit?
I'll be lit.
So you'll be okay with dying at 60 as long as you've had a lit life.
But it's not saying lit. It just said you'd be exciting, adventurous, and your life would be packed with full adventures. So.
But in our terms nowadays, that's like lit.
But not necessarily, because lit does not always mean turned up, and it doesn't say lit. It says exciting, adventurous.
So you'll be okay with living an exciting life, but you dying on your birthday at 60. Soon as the clock strike 12, you dead.
You dead.
No. No.
I said if I could switch out one part, it'd be the longevity of 120 though, for sure.
Okay, well, speaking of things like in that nature, what are you not taking for granted anymore? Like, what are the things, like, since we've been in this quarantine, like things that you just really just not want, you took for granted maybe before, or maybe not even took for granted, but what are some of the things that you are starting to appreciate more?
Well, I do know for sure that I have this tattoo in mind that I have a very.
What is some of the things?
I'm explaining myself. What's wrong with her?
He always go off.
I got this tattoo in mind, right? That's literally on this subject. So basically, my tattoo is basically expression time. I think time is so valuable. Time is the only thing you can't get back. Anything else in this world you can get back. Time is the only thing that continues to go forward.
So that's something that you're not gonna take for granted. Time.
Right, time. So I think time is something that everyone should be able to really pay attention to, because, you know, given what happened during this past couple months, month and a half, or however long this may be, I think people are starting realizing that your time here on the earth needs to be more valuable. You know, you need to take more, you need to pay more attention to the time that you are spending here on this earth and get things done that's necessary to enjoy your time on this earth. So for me, I would say time.
It took all of that just to say time.
Hey, I'm just saying.
We got a time frame
to
be on this video. At any rate. Dang, I almost forgot the question.
Extra.
I'm just saying, you took all of that to say time.
Go on here, child.
Some of the things and the people that I would never take for granted again are, most importantly, the doctors and the nurses that's been in the hospitals helping us, and also the teachers. I was just talking earlier about how teachers are underpaid. Mm-hmm. They do a lot. They deal with a lot. I have one teenage daughter that I have to help deal with packages and homework since this whole thing went down. And I can imagine a teacher having 20 of her, even 15 of her. I would go crazy. So I would not take teachers for granted anymore.
Okay. I can agree with that. I think teachers are underpaid.
Yeah, for sure. And police officers, I think, too.
I think teachers are the most underpaid profession, though, only because teachers are basically help raising your kid, because parents are now at work more. You know, so
teachers are raising your kids,
they help
because
raise
they're with your kids more than you are.
You know, teaching your
especially
kids,
if you got a schedule like me.
Kids, you know, they doing a lot, And for them to go through school for those 4 to 6 years of getting their degree and to be on the lower food chain of a salary is, there she go.
Here we go again. He done took my answer and just ran with it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Next, having sex in quarantine.
Get plenty of it, as much as you can handle.
Be careful, because it's a lot having them quarantine babies and getting pregnant. You can't even really go to the hospitals if you get sick, morning sickness. You got to be leery on going to the doctor. Some people, it's cool, but just be careful, ladies, because you're the only one that's going to deal with that in the end.
Have a lot of it. I don't know. She ain't gonna skip over my answer.
You said have a lot of it. Okay, we heard you.
It's needed.
Gaining weight in quarantine.
That's what I have done. I have gained weight.
Me too.
I haven't had a proper haircut but one time during this whole crisis. I need another haircut.
I haven't got my hair done not once during this whole crisis.
You know what I'm talking about? I have gained a total of 10
That's because
pounds. I've gained a total of 10 pounds.
I'm feeding him good.
We feeding each other.
I'm feeding you good. I feed you more than you feed me.
All right. I'll give her that 1 point.
Drawing the line when it comes to finding money. So, what is the stipulation if somebody drops some money in front of you?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and keep going.
So if you see somebody drop, let's say $100 out their pocket, you gonna just take their money. You're not gonna say, "Excuse me."
My blessing. That person can drop $10,000 and don't even know it's gone. I'm gonna pick it up, pocket that money, go in a whole nother direction.
You just blocked your blessings.
God bless me.
That's not a blessing.
It's a blessing.
I'm just every day I start to look at you different. That is not a blessing. If somebody is in front of you and they drop some money out of their pocket, there's no way I could just take their money, pick it up, and put it in my pocket. I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you dropped something."
I mean, yeah, if it's something.
Now, if I find some money on the floor, or let's say wait. Stop playing with me. You knew what the question was.
If they drop and they keep them going.
I didn't say it. Even if they keep going, you still could be like, "Excuse me, sir, you dropped something."
Okay.
Now I'm saying if someone, let's say, you walk up in a clear street, nobody is around the money, and you see the $20 on the ground, then that's different. Okay. That money don't belong to nobody. You don't see where that money belongs to.
So you basically saying if I'm walking towards you and I see money fall as I'm walking towards you,
I feel like you should say something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that part. But if you walking towards me and you gone.
If I'm walking towards you, I can't be gone.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because I'm walking towards you.
So if she's walking towards me and she may turn a whole nother direction and she's gone by the time I get to that location, I see money right there and she don't, I'm picking that money up. Just plain and simple. I'm trying to go scamming for the next question.
Because it's just I cannot believe you. And you are so serious about somebody dropping money in front of you and you not telling them.
What you mean?
You definitely blocked your blessings.
I have tapped plenty of people that drop money in front of me and say you dropped
and we
money.
Ain't talking about strippers. Who should be your maid of honor or your best man? And why? Like, how do you go about picking a maid of honor or a best man?
I don't know. That's hard.
Like, do you pick your brother? Do you pick your best friend? Should it be somebody you've known for a while? Should it be somebody that you both mutually know? Like, how do you pick a maid of honor or a best man? I think, don't quote me, but I think like it's tradition for the maid of honor to be married or something.
I never heard that one.
Because you haven't heard of a lot of things.
Well, you know everything.
So anyway,
you know everything.
It's tradition for your maid of honor to be married already. Yeah, a lot of people don't do that nowadays. They picking anybody to be their maid of honor. I have a lot of close friends, close people in my life, so it would be hard for me to choose one. But I feel like because I got mature friends in my life whoever I chose as my maid of honor, I don't think the other ones would be mad. They would be satisfied with being a bridesmaid. Just the fact that I asked and I included you in my wedding is enough. I don't look at the maid of honor being up here and the bridesmaids being down
about
here.
2 or 3 I'll probably have to narrow down to, but yeah, about 2 or 3.
I have.
But I think as long as they
2.
At the
I mean, I'm
wedding,
sorry, I have 3.
I think as long as they at the wedding, they be cool.
Yeah.
That's all that would.
Same here with me. I have 3 also that I will have to narrow it down, but I probably already know who I would pick in my head. What's the worst part of a plane ride? Is it the landing or the takeoff, and why?
I love flying, so that would probably be a hard part for me.
You like how I demonstrated it?
Yeah,
This was
a little extra.
No, this is the takeoff, because it'd be like,
No.
and it's the landing.
But you know what? Landing would probably be.
That's the landing. Did you see it?
Yeah, a little rocky. But I think landing would probably be the most exciting because you made it to your destination, you know, in one piece and nothing going wrong. Nah, turbulence on the other thing. That's a whole nother.
The worst part of a plane ride to me is the taking off. The landing, I'm cool, because once you hit that ground, it'd be like boom. I'd be like, yes, I'm back on land.
I don't really notice.
I can jump out now.
I don't really notice like the takeoff, to be honest with you.
I noticed the takeoff because I'm not someone that loves to fly, but I noticed the whole thing, the landing, the takeoff, while you in the air, coasting. I noticed it all.
I love to look out the window and everything when I'm in the airplane.
And then as soon as you go up, your ears get to popping and going crazy. Yeah. I like when it's, even though when you coming down, your ears, you be like.
That's because, they starting to dial down the engines and everything.
The landing is my favorite part.
Only part I hate about the landing though is when you actually at your destination and literally got to circle around a few times.
I don't mind it.
I be ready to be like,
I be so paranoid on the ride that I don't care. You can circle around 20 times as long as I know I'm on ground. I'm on land.
I remember when we went to Miami and we had to fly from Fort Lauderdale to JFK. Man, I was fine, but boy, she was tripping on them turbulence. You remember them turbulence? I ain't gonna lie to you, them turbulence, they was out of control. Like the plane was literally dipping and diving. But you know what? Anybody that actually fly to JFK, they will always tell you, like, that's the worst turbulence you will probably feel. Because I'm talking about you literally dipping and diving the whole time until you get ready to actually land. Matter of fact, we did that when we was coming out of JFK too, you remember?
It wasn't Vegas. The worst turbulence I ever had was coming back from Miami.
Was it snow?
Nope. But they said it was hurricane season.
Oh, yeah.
We went in August, and it was the worst turbulence in my life. It literally scared me from flying. The turbulence was so bad coming home from Miami. It was nighttime. It was raining. They say hurricane season. I was scared out of my mind. So never again will I fly coming in at nighttime to Miami. Every time I always try to find like early flights. I don't like flying late.
Oh, them red eyes be kind of smooth though. I
don't like flying late. I need to see the sun. Even though when you're up in the clouds you can't see anything anyway, I gotta see. I can't be like, ooh, the plane was so bad. It was a young lady sitting next to me and she was only 16. And when it started shaking like dun, 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 like it literally, I felt like I was on a roller coaster. Me and her name was Brittany. It was so funny. We grabbed each other like this. I was like, oh my God. And she grabbed me and I grabbed her and she was like, I'm sorry for grabbing onto you, but I'm scared. I said, me too. And she said, this is my first time flying alone. Her mom and her dad both had like joint custody. So like she would fly and live with the daddy sometimes. She was going back to her mom. And it was, when we both got off that plane, I said, it was nice knowing you. I gave her one last hug. We went our separate ways, and That was the worst ever.
Oh wow, that's very interesting. That'll probably. Oh my goodness.
So, I have another quick question. When was the last time you met a new friend?
A new friend?
Like a real friend, that's someone that you met. In your case, a male. In my case, a female. Like somebody that you just clicked with and became friends with. I can answer the question. I met so my job, I transferred. I met this new girl at the job, and she is literally a dope friend. Like, I call her my little sister because she's younger than me, and it'd be so funny. She'd call me and be like, "Hey sis, I was calling and checking on you," and I'm like, "Hey girl," since we haven't been working. But that was the last time, I guess you can say, I met a friend out of nowhere, like somebody totally new, somebody I didn't know.
I'll probably say the workplace too. Actually, what's funny is, even though we probably didn't know each other, but we had like a lot of mutual friends. So as we began to meet and mingle, we discovered that we had a lot of friends that we didn't even know that, we knew each other. So I'll probably say my workplace also, came up with some dope relationships. Shout out to GMAC also.
Corny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyway, next.
Oh, we about to do this out of here.
So, do you think a woman owes a man sex if he takes her out of town?
For me, yeah. Because if I know you, I have already built up enough.
You took me out of town.
Exactly.
And didn't get nothing.
Really? Don't let her. She lying for these cameras. Like I was saying.
Am I lying?
Yeah, you are. So if I take a woman out of town, I have built some type of character enough to let her know this is what we're doing. Yeah, definitely. This is what we doing. So, when I book these plane tickets, I'm expecting at least once while we out of here. You know what I'm talking about? So, I do expect to have some type of fortification.
What if Aunt Flo comes when y'all get out of town? Give you the red light special.
My whole response to that would be, you know how to smile, right?
No.
Oh, you will. Oh, you will.
Things that make us feel old. And that's going to be our last.
Answer the question?
Oh.
You gonna answer the question?
I don't feel like I'm obligated to do nothing I don't want to do. Now, if I go out of town with you,
that might be. Of course not.
That might be my. That might be.
Why would you go out of the town with if you?
Because I want to travel. I want to see something new.
He do too.
But if we've already did that, then I would be. I mean, it's kind of like to be expected because out of town sex is lit. You got to get your money's worth for the plane ride and the hotel, spending money. But if I don't feel like it, then I'm not doing it. I don't do nothing I don't want to do, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm gonna be like, come on, are we sightseeing or what?
That would definitely be my last trip out with that person, though, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. Cause he probably wasn't on my list of somebody who I care about for real anyway. If I didn't want to do it. So if that's his last trip with me, so be it. Bye. I'm gone. So finally, this is gonna be our last question for today, because I'm sure y'all got some laughs and giggles out of this, because I sure did. And by the way, don't drop no money in front of him, because he will not tell you.
That's a lie.
Things that make us feel old.
Her.
I make you feel old.
No, the way you be acting like you my mama.
I do not want to be your mama, and I do not act like I'm your mama. Try again.
Oh, whatever. Things that make me feel old. Watching my kids get old.
And the movie ATL.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. ATL came on the other night, and I just.
It come on every night.
I'm like, you know what? it's about to be 20 years, close to 20 years since I've been out of high school. ATL came out the year I graduated from high school. She's trying to be funny. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, so ATL came out in 2006, and we were sitting here watching. I was like, man, I feel so old now that 2006 is now about to be 20 years from now, in 6 more years. So, and then my kids is getting old. Yeah, in 6 more years.
You made it seem like
that'll be 20 years.
Coming up this year,
still.
It'll be 20 years that you've been out of school.
Well, you gotta think about it. Time going by so fast. By the time I blink,
6 years from now, it'll be 20 years.
Still, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. 20 years.
Yeah, in 6 years.
I guess I just
6 years ain't even promised.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
You said you wanted to die at 60.
I didn't say I would die. I said that's the one I would choose. But anyway, so what about you? What makes things let you know that you're getting old?
My bones. Hearing my knees crack.
That's how you know you're getting old.
Yeah. I can't really say my kids because I had them so young that they don't make me feel old. Yeah, just me in general. I really don't look at myself as getting old. I'm still a young tender.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm a pretty young thing.
I don't see myself.
I'm a pretty young thing.
Young tenderoni.
Yeah, so I don't look at myself as getting old.
There you have it.
I don't got mega knees like I want, but I feel like if I stretch, maybe lose a little weight, I can get them.
Okay, well, that's the goal. Going for the mega knees.
You're so stupid.
Well, until next time, please.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Tell us how we did on this video. Go check out the rest of our videos. And don't forget to get your Camira apparel and your lashes. The link will be down in the description box.
You know it.
And we out.
Peace.